Welcome everyone to Gentle Yoga with Leo. The last class being broadcast from this space. It's Wednesday and Friday will be out of this apartment. So next week I'll be coming to you from a friend's house where we'll be doing some dog sitting. It'll still be a little while before I get internet at my new house, but it's nice to have the dog sitting gig for 5 weeks as a bridge between our apartment and our house. Brady's over here. He's ready. He's already in his comfortable, relaxed pose. So any reclined posture you want to start at today is fine. I have the soles of my feet planted and my knees leaning in towards each other. You could do that. Put the soles of your feet together or extend your legs on the floor, whatever you like. Resting your hands on the ground or on your body as it suits you. Close your eyes if you want. Just observe your breath. Just being with your breath, feeling your breath in this quiet stillness, becoming your breath. Feeling your contact with the floor. Situating yourself in your practice space by just noticing whatever in your surroundings is reaching any of your senses. Scan your body, taking in whatever sensations are present. Making mental notes of any unpleasant or unwanted physical sensation so that you can keep it in mind as you practice, knowing that you're welcome to skip or modify any part of practice. And if you wish to set an intention for your practice today, you can do so. I'll just share mine a bit. I usually don't, but I'll just be sending gratitude towards the family, the landlady's family, who've been so nice to us here and all the time we've been staying here. We will miss them in some ways. We will miss this place. So looking forward to our new place. Classes from new places. And with our intentions set, let's share 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. If your eyes have been closed, you can let them open if you want. If your legs are splayed or extended, you can bring them up so your feet are planted like mine are here. And let's have an energizing twist. Reach your arms out to the sides with your palms facing up. Right heel in close to your butt. Cross your left ankle above your right knee. Letting your shoulders stay grounded. Let your legs fall to the right and turn your head to the left. Slowly come back up to center. Cross your legs the opposite way. And let's twist the opposite way. Slowly come back up to center. Uncross your legs. Hug your knees to your chest. Explore any rocking and rolling movements that feel good on your back. Pick your feet up. Reach your hands up to grab your legs or your feet. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Now, more often I do happy baby or some inversion closer to the end of practice. Sometimes it's just fun to mix things up. Also, these movements can be exploratory stretching. So feel into where is there tightness. Might be your lower back, your hips, your legs. You could be massaging your feet or your legs while you do this. For some deeper stretching, you can do like a modification, a variation of gorilla pose. Gorilla pose is a standing forward fold, but if you bend your knees a lot and reach over the tops of your toes like this and lengthen your legs, you can get some deep hamstring stretch going on here. And some foot massage. If you want, just flex your finger a bit. Any movement at all is fine here. So we're getting our inversion in earlier. And just exploring where is there excess tension that will be looking to shed as we go through practice. So maybe you're shedding some already just in feeling out where it is. Think of sending your breath to those tight spots. And let's just take some simple full body stretches. Inhale, extend your arms and legs all the way out parallel to the ground. And exhale, curl up again. If it feels good to you to pause for a breath or two, curled up, or when you're extended, feel free to take those pauses. It's worth at least trying because we don't know if it's going to feel beneficial in our bodies if we haven't tried it, right? And let's start to sit up. You could rock front to back, holding your legs with your hands, or you could tip onto one hip, press your hands to the floor, and sit up. Somehow, in those recent movements, I made my mat scrunch up under my back. I don't think I've ever done that before. I don't know what happened there. That was interesting. Suddenly, they have a speed bump under me. What we call here a perfect. If you want to sit up on some props, as I do, you're welcome to. You don't have to. Open the hips by tilting the pelvis forward, sitting on the front edge of something under your sitting bones. Like your arms hang loosely at your sides. Brady's tail sticking up in the camera. Raise your right shoulder towards your ear. Slide it back and let it down. Your left shoulder up and back, down. Let your chin drop towards your chest. Roll your ear towards your shoulder. And let your head go back. Continue over to your other shoulder. Really take your time. Maybe you're already going slower than me. Challenge yourself. See how slow you can go. And let's take some circles in the other direction. When you finish the next circle, lift your chin, face forward. Rest your hands on your knees or your side. Inhale, bring your heart forward, let your head go back. Exhale, draw your heart back, let your head tip forward and down. Continuing for a few more breaths at your own pace. And let's come up onto our hands and knees. Reach your left foot back, pressed against the ball of your foot. And then rock forward and back. So like rolling maybe over the tips of your toes, maybe even flatten the top of your foot on the mat, if that feels okay. And rock back. Whatever degree of that movement feels good for you. By flexing the foot back and forth. A little gliding. And then come back for the moment with shoulders above your wrists. And swing your leg out to the side. If you can, bring your foot in line with your hip, but don't force it if it doesn't want to go that far. forward. Starting small and gently, sit back a little towards your right heel and glide forward again. That inner left thigh will be the best indicator most of the time for if you're about to go too far or going too far. So just pay attention to sensation there. Of course, sensation anywhere else as your body guides you to what feels beneficial. Pause with your shoulders over your wrists again. Swing your leg back to the center and bring the left knee down. Reach back and press against the ball of your right foot. And then flex your foot to rock back and forth. Pause. Next time your shoulders are above your wrists. Swing that right leg out to the side. Maybe your foot is in line with your hip. And rock from there. Staying mindful of the sensation on the right inner thigh or anywhere else that's speaking up and making itself known. Next time your shoulders are above your wrists, stop there. Swing the right leg back to center line. Bring your knee down. Bring your big toes to touch. If you like, open your knees wider out towards the edges of the mat. If your knees give you trouble, it may be more comfortable to keep them in closer. Sit back towards your heels. Make your way to child's pose. Use any props you like, any variations you like. Scan your body. Notice your breath. Maybe reflect on your intention. The action of the breath in child's pose can do a lot in and of itself. Opening the hips with the inhales, maybe lowering down a bit more in the exhales. Not aiming at any target, just being here and breathing, seeing what happens. Inhale, come forward and back up to table. Step your left foot up between your hands. You can have blocks under your hands to ease the transition if you like. Step your right foot up to meet it. Hang out, exploring movement in your forward fold. Maybe you keep your hands on the blocks. Let your hands dangle in the air or drag on the ground. With this variation, my feet seem stiff this morning, so I'm like pressing my fingertips down into the tops of my feet. A little massage action while I lengthen the back of my body, sway in my forward fold. When we massage feet, we often focus on the bottom, the fleshier muscular parts, but this top part, all these bones and tendons and stuff, needs some attention too. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, roll to standing, hands overhead, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, spread your wings, open your arms wide. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself, or if you want, take eagle on. Out of inhale, open up again. And as you exhale, cross the opposite way. Inhale, open up. Exhale, arms down. My head's going out of frame on my video. Inhale, out and up. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up. Reach your palms up. Look up at your hands. Lift the heart. Well, I wasn't planning on doing a lot of standing stuff. So not going to worry about that camera angle. Inhale up to center. Exhale, bend to the left. Feel for length in both arms. Inhale, come up. As you exhale, bend to the right. Feeling for length in both arms. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Need another drink of water. Drink whatever you need. Will you spread some water on your shirt? It's refreshing. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees a lot. We're going to play with gorilla pose, which I talked about when we were inverting and playing with happy baby and maybe gorilla on our back. So lift your left foot. So just your heels on the ground. Slide your hand, palm up under your foot. So maybe the tips of your toes find your wrist crease like mine did. It's okay if you don't get that much of your hand under your foot. Everybody's built differently. And do the other foot in the other hand. So standing on your hands to whatever degree works for you. And we won't be here very long because maybe that's not comfortable in your hands. And then just start to lengthen your legs. This is kind of similar to, there's a posture we were doing with a bind the other day for stretching hamstrings where you clasp your elbows behind your legs. So maybe it's just a lengthening and you're pretty static, or maybe you kind of lengthen one leg while you bend the other one a little bit, do kind of a little sway, a little dance. What feels helpful to you? Maybe one hamstring's tighter than the other, right? Maybe it feels good to your hands to stand on them. Maybe you're massaging your arches by flexing your fingers. And maybe you find standing on your hands more endurable than the clasping the elbows bind, or maybe you wish you were doing that instead. Anyway, let's take our time to come out. Lift one foot, take the hand out. Lift the other foot, and take the hand out. Bend your knees a lot. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Grab your blocks. Most people do this next sequence with the blocks on the middle position, but you can decide if you use your blocks on whatever setting you want. Or maybe you're lower to the ground and you set them aside at some point. And step your left foot back to come through runner's lunge. Just find length here. What's a comfortable length, letting that left foot scoot back. And then gently let your left knee down. Your left toes uncurl. I'm going to actually stand my blocks up and go taller here for this next part. So I have my blocks on the tallest position. Sink forward in your hips. And pause for a couple of breaths. Rock back, like sitting towards your left heel. Take the blocks with you, keep your spine long. And rock up onto your right heel. However far back you go is okay. Maybe you're back further than me, maybe not as far, it doesn't matter. Slide forward again, and just explore this as you like. Pause where you like. Go as far forward as it feels good, or as far back. Okay, so meeting here, right knee above right ankle. We're going to start to come out of this. So maybe you scoot the left knee forward and shorten your stance a bit. I'm going to step the left foot up to the right foot. And we'll just flow back to standing, come back down, and do that on the other side. So inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale down again. Inhale, back to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Grab your blocks, step your right foot back. Your runner's lunge. Lengthen out a bit more if it feels good to you. Gently let the right knee down. Untuck the right toes. Sink forward in your hips and pause for a couple breaths. Glide back and start to slide or walk the blocks with you. Sit toward your right heel, rock onto your left heel. Let the spine stay long. Again, as it feels right for you, rock back and forth, pausing where you want. Noticing where sensation arises. Think of sending your breath to any tight spots that are speaking up as you listen in to your body. All right, next time you rock forward, we'll start to wrap this one up. Maybe scoot the right knee forward, make the next step easier. Step the right foot up to the left. And while we're hanging out here, just gently nod your head a bit. And shake your head a bit. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Plant your hands, step back to a plank. Now, if you want, you can let your knees down for a shorter plank. Maybe just challenge yourself, see how long you could stay in the longer one. Flex both feet, rock your shoulders forward past your wrists, and rock back. And you do like a little glidey plank. So with the knees down, you can let your hips dip maybe as you slide back and forth. Definitely changes the movement a lot. Whether your knees are down or up, it's pretty different, but they're both good. Now let's exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Reach your arms out to the sides with your palms facing down. And think of gripping the floor with your right hand. So imagine Velcro hand if there's a carpet, or a suction cup hand if there's a hard surface. Walk your left hand in towards you, press away from the floor. Rock up onto your right hip. Let the right side of your head rest on the floor. So your hand is planted over here, somewhere by your chin. Lift your left leg away from the right, like opening a pair of scissors. Let your left heel drift back, and then bend your knee, and letting the weight of the leg hang to see what happens over the next few breaths. Not pushing the foot towards the floor. What will gravity and breath do with the weight of that bent leg hanging there? Where does that hip want to take it? So this sequence we often do closer to the beginning of practice, maybe the first third instead of like the last third here. So maybe it feels different because of the sequencing. My foot came down to the floor pretty easily and more quickly than it usually does, I think. And even if the foot touches the floor, once it does, you could still get some more opening in your hip by hanging out here for a few breaths. The action of the breath does wonders, opening things from the inside out. And we'll come out of this just as slowly as we came in. Lift that left foot, extend the leg, bring it forward above the right leg, and close the scissors. Let the left leg down on top of the right. Walk your left hand out to the side. Come to rest on your belly. Rest on your chin, or if that's not comfortable, on one cheek. And grabbing that floor with your left hand, walk your right hand in towards you. Press away from the floor on that side, rocking up onto your left side. Raise your right leg away from your left. Let the heel drift back so the long leg swings back. And then bend your knee. Let the weight of the leg hang and see what happens. So for me on this side, I've got some pain and tension acting up in the right lumbar area. So I think this leg's not going as far, this foot's not coming down as much. Just letting the gravity and breath decide. Breathing into that lumbar discomfort. It's like the area of my oldest back injury. And then my foot suddenly comes down to the floor. Wonderful how that happens sometimes. First couple of breaths, it seemed so far, so tight. A few breaths can do wonders. And really take your time. Raise the right foot, lengthen the leg, bring it forward, and let it gently down. Walk your right hand back out to the side. Come to rest on your belly and your chin or your cheek for a few noticing breaths. Now, I talked all about the hips. That's also some deep shoulder opening we just did, pressing the front of the shoulder against the ground. Bring your hands in under your shoulders. Pressing into your hands, inhale, lift your head and chest. Rock back to table, make your way to a seat, however you want to get there. Extend your legs out in front and flex your feet back towards you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Yes, that's great. You can use a strap here, as I see one of our friends doing on Zoom. You can have a strap around the bottom of your feet. You don't have to. You can do what you want with your hands. They can rest where they land on your legs or feet or on the floor. The strap can be nice too. Inhale, walk your hands back and sit yourself up. Use your arms to nudge your legs apart. Keep using your arms to help your legs. Bend your left knee, bring your left foot over here by your right thigh or right knee. And pivot your torso towards your right foot. Flex your right foot back towards you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down over the right leg. Swing your left arm out to the side. And then reach it up alongside your ear, coming overhead towards your right arm. Let your head hang out wherever your neck feels comfortable. Reach slowly up, out to the left. Swing that arm across so your left hand rejoins your right hand. Inhaling, walk your hands up your leg and sit up. Use your arms to arrange your legs the opposite way. I realized I didn't give myself quite enough room over there. Pivot your torso towards your left foot and flex the left foot back towards you. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold down. Swing your right arm open, up alongside the head, over towards the left arm. Slowly reach back up, out to the right again. Swing that arm over by the left one. Inhale, walk your hands up your leg and sit up. Use your arms to extend the right leg, nudge those legs together, then draw your knees up. Feet hip width apart, heels close to your butt, come down onto your back. You can place a block between your knees if you like to do that for bridge pose. Press into your feet, inhale, lift your hips up. If you want the deeper heart opener, clasp your hands, Reach your knuckles towards your heels, and draw your shoulder blades in. If you're clasping your hands, release them. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up again. Place a prop at the base of your spine and settle down onto that prop. Letting your body soften around that support. This can bring some nice release through the pelvis, the lower back. I'm getting a double whammy of sun here right now. It's not directly overhead, but pretty much. And I'm getting it reflected off the window behind me. I don't think I'd seen that out here before, or I don't remember it anyway. It was quite a glare. I'm closing my eyes against it. So much for my shade. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips. Take the prop out from under. Exhale, lower down. Take a little pause. Move the props out of the way. Hug your knees to your chest. Rock and roll, massaging your back against the ground. Nice simple twist. Arms out to the sides, palms up. The closer your knees are to your torso, the deeper the twist will feel. Sort that out for yourself. How deep do you want it to feel? Let your legs go to the right and turn your head to the left. Slowly start to come out, bring head and knees up through center, and let the movement carry you into the opposite twist. Slowly come back up. Make your way to your final resting pose. If you feel compelled to do happy baby like we more often do before Shavasana, feel free, or any other postures or movements you want to weave into your practice before concluding. Find your comfortable resting position to breathe and integrate the benefits of practice. Give yourself some even deeper breaths. Begin to move around as you like, starting small. Movements getting bigger and bigger. Whenever you're ready, gently sit up. I don't know if I've ever said it for the YouTube folks. I wait till everyone on Zoom is sitting up before closing. Imagine some YouTuber going, what's he doing? Although if you made it this far, you're used to some quiet pauses. Bring your hands to your heart. Thank you for sharing practice today. The light within me sees and honors that same light within each of you. Namaste.